I just got back from a conference. I drew the short straw. I had to go to Cabo.
Boo, whatever.
Grant was supposed to go, and then he had a conflict, and then he didn't, and yeah, so. It was pretty cool. So it was a real estate conference, like a short bus. Yeah, I was on a short plane. So really interesting conference. There's a couple takeaways I thought that were applicable to this group here. So I'm going to dive in. The second one, I'll tell you when I get there. So, all right. So the first one was a couple. They were sharing basically their success in real estate, and I'm just going to regurgitate exactly what they said. They said structure wins. So success comes from repetition, not more decisions. Right? Think of the most successful people you know in real estate. Are they literally doing different stuff every single day?
No.
Every hour of the day?
No.
Same stuff. So everyone just said same stuff. Now, are you doing different stuff every day? Okay, I'll let the silence do the heavy lifting then. Remove decisions and build structure. The more decisions you make every day, the less consistent you will become. So, we've talked about this, Brent and I, in Daily Growth. We talk about this all the time, about the two different metrics, right? We have production, and then we have lead generation. And as your lead generation goes up, usually production's low, but once you start to produce, what do? We stop lead generating, and then you have this roller coaster of real estate. Who's been in the business for more than 5 years? Raise your hand. Okay, keep your hand up if you've ever been on the roller coaster. Okay, so look around. These are all the people that have been doing this longer than you, and they've all been on the roller coaster. So if you think that's not going to be me,
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
well, or you think you're better than all these people. One of
You're
the
wrong.
Yeah, Rebecca's like, you're wrong. You're gonna be on the roller coaster. You can minimize the roller coaster though if you remove decisions, right? Like, what am I going to do tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's what? Oh, it's Tuesday. What am I going to do tomorrow at 9 a.m.?
Legion.
Wrong
Wrong
answer. What am I going to do at 9:30?
He's calling it money time.
Legion.
He's calling it money time at 9
Yeah.
when we're all in the freaking meeting. I know.
All right.
As soon as DJ ever.
So pick your lane and go all in. There's 3 examples here. Aaron just transferred my notes, which I saw, but thank you very much. I just wrote down some examples so we have it. This is not the examples I want you to do. This is just so we understand what picking your lane means, right? So like, I'm going to be an expired listing god, right? I'm going to be B1, or I'm going to door knock. I'm going to own this neighborhood. All I'm going to do is door knock. There was a guy 10 years ago. I think he was on stage. He's still around. He's like in his late 70s, and he literally just door knocks every day for 2 hours every day. And he makes over $1 million a year. That's all he does. He walks around his neighborhood, knocks on doors. His cost of leads is shoes.
Right.
That's his lead gen spend. He's got to buy new shoes every couple months because they wear out. So, and then obviously Sphere. We've already announced this, right? That we rented out Roaring Springs this year.
Oh,
Everyone knows about it.
Yeah, we have.
Well, we have. I mean,
We know.
all right. Well, now you know. You know, but like, think about that. What are you going to do to go all in on taking advantage of that? We can have 1,500 people at the water park. What are you going to do to get your unfair share of people signing up to show up to that water park? Right? Because if it takes you, whatever, if you talk to 5 people to get 1 to show up, I mean, that's, if you get 50 people to show up, you just talk to 250 people about going to the water park, right? Like, what are you doing to go all in? And of course, there's a million others. I didn't write them all down, but like, think about it. Open houses, right? Web leads,
Sign calls.
FISBOs, sign calls, right? I mean, you can do, there's so many angles in this business. And I did this, can I rip a piece of paper up?
You can do whatever you want, man.
Sweet. I want to rip this up. This is so pretty, but I'm going to rip it up anyway. All right, so here's what ends up happening in this business. So we're talking about depth, right, and consistency. Here's what happens. This is my favorite. This is from, what's the guy's name? Carl. He's from San Diego somewhere. Carl was a bold coach. And this is one of my favorite examples of what real estate agents do. So I am a brand new agent. I heard open houses are good. I'm gonna go hold an open house. Oh, I did the open house thing. No one showed up. Open houses don't work. I'm gonna call expired listings. I called 10 of them, no one answered. And the one did, it was the wrong number. So expireds don't, they're not a thing. I'm gonna try FSBOs. They don't wanna pay a commission. Can you friggin' believe that? They don't wanna pay a commission. FSBOs are mean. What? Did I already do door knocking yet? Yeah, I'm gonna go knock on doors. Whoa! Someone slammed the door in my face. So I'm not gonna knock on doors. You know, I'm gonna try my sphere. I don't want them to think I'm selling them, so I'm not gonna call my sphere. What else? What am I missing? Oh, I tried a web lead. Was the wrong number. What else?
Social media.
Social media. I can't dance. Anything else? Am I missing something? Sign calls. I don't have any signs in the yard. Those don't work for me. So I'm left with my grandma and my cousin. I'm gonna sell them real estate. That's my business plan. So that is, I mean, it's funny, but it's not very funny from the coaching perspective. Is that what we see, Brent?
Yes. Well, here's the thing. His example is, I didn't like it, so I'm not gonna do it. But what we also see is, I'm kind of good at it, so I'm gonna do that. I'm kind of good at this, I'm gonna do that. I'm kind of good at this, I'm gonna do that. And then you end up seeing people that are doing 10 things kind of good.
Yeah.
And they have an okay business, but they don't have an okay life. They don't have, like, there's other things out of whack. And if they went all in on one or two things and got really, really good at those things and committed all their time and effort on that, they'd have a better life, they'd have more money, they'd have a better business, everything would.
Great point, great point. You don't have to necessarily fail out, right? You could actually have some success and then keep bouncing around, right? It goes to your clarity curve.
Yeah.
Right? They want a little bit of creativity, like, gosh, I'm so good at expireds, but I don't want to call an expired today. So I'm going to try X, right? All right, so master one lane before chasing the next one. And I would even argue as a coach, like, have you gone all in? And how do you know you've gone all in? Like, have you looked at other people? I think we even have that up here. Copy and paste success. Someone already has the results you want, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but is there anyone who wants to sell more homes than anyone's ever sold ever on the history of Earth?
Yes.
That's your goal?
Yeah.
Is it your right now goal?
No.
Okay. So since it's not your right now goal, because in order to sell the most homes ever, you probably need to get to the next level, right? Maybe 30 or 40 a year, and then you can get to 100, and then you can get to 1,000, right? So someone's already doing what you want to do. Seriously, like that, this is not complicated. We are overcomplicating everything. Brent and I go out of our way to try and think, how can we simplify it? Right? Just like I said, there's two things you do in real estate. What are those two things?
You help people buy and sell real estate, or you look for
You're
people?
helping someone buy or sell real estate, so that's one thing. And if you have no one to help, then what are you doing?
You're looking for someone.
You're looking for someone to help. That's it. And now we're talking about which lanes we're going to be in. So if you guys want to be an expired agent, like, who are you following? Yeah, and trust me, guys, there's markets outside of here where people are dominating, and you could call them. They would love to help you.
You can also simplify it and follow people on YouTube that
Yes.
all they do is talk about their thing and show you what they say for their thing, and just over and over and over again. You don't have to know them to learn from them.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to talk about expireds here in just a second, not because of any reason other than it's the story that was shared, so I want to share it with you guys. Find your running partner. Get beside someone who's doing the work. Momentum grows faster when you are not going it alone, right? This is one of the reasons.
Sounds like daily growth.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. It sounds like momentum, right? You get into momentum when you're running next to people that you want to run with. And by the way, like, thoroughbreds don't want to run with jackasses. And I chose those words very purposely. So if you want to be a thoroughbred, then you better start running like a friggin' thoroughbred. And that's how you're going to run with more thoroughbreds, if you show up like that.
Well, my experience is jackasses don't like to run, so.
There you go. There you go. Yep. All right. Habits dictate outcomes. So you don't rise to your intention, you fail to your habits. This, fall to your habits. Everybody says they'll do whatever it takes. Okay, now this is a story, it's not my story, it's a different coach's story, but it's such a good story I'm gonna share it with you, okay? So I'm gonna pretend like it's my story, but it's not, just for clarity. It's just gonna be easier to tell. So he says, everybody says they'll do whatever it takes. When they come to us as coaching clients, they tell us their goal. And I'm like, hey, what are you willing to do? What do they say?
Whatever it
Anything.
takes.
Whatever it takes. Until they find out what it takes. Then when they find out what it takes, they're like, whoa! They go running for the hills, I think is what it says. Oh, maybe it's on there somewhere. Well, they go running for the hills, right? That's what happens. Everyone wants the cure, but no one wants to take the medicine. So what I'm going to share with you is, it's his story, but I'm just going to make it from my point of view because I want you to understand. I think it'll just be easier to tell it. So he has a kid come to him, and the kid comes to him and says, hey, I want what you have. And he's like, okay, what are you willing to do? And the kid said, what?
Whatever it takes.
And the kid had 5 other friends, just a bunch of kids. They're all like 18 to 22 or something like that. You listening back there? 21-year-olds, 19-year-olds. I don't see Josie here, but you young bucks, pay attention. You're still kind of young. You're getting old. Not compared to that. So, 6 people. They said, all right, so you guys are willing to do what? Whatever it takes. He says, cool. January 1st, you're going to show up at the office at 6:30 a.m. January 1st. But that's New Year's. He's like, you said you do whatever it takes. And what'd they all say?
Yeah, but.
No, they all said, yeah, we'll be there. They all said we'll be there. All right, so 6:30 a.m., script practice, 8 to noon, calling. How many people showed up? 1 person showed up. So apparently, all it takes is 1 question to weed out, what, 70, 80% of the people. Which has been my experience too, by the way. I love to help people. I know Brent does too. Early on in my mentorship kind of path, I would just help everyone. They'd be like, hey, do you have a minute? I'm like, yes, I do. What do you need? And I love to help people. I still love to help people. I've learned that is not helping them. Me stopping and making it super easy for them to get help, guess what? It doesn't help them. Why do you think that is, by the way? Why do you think that is, Brent?
Well, I think a key trait to someone doing whatever it takes is they're resourceful. And I think you're removing the resourceful roadblock by being an immediate source of help.
There is no roadblock,
Yeah.
right? And guess what? Going back to, you want to hit a goal, right? What are you willing to do?
Do whatever it takes.
You're all like, whatever it takes, right? Because you know you're not willing to do whatever it takes. If you were, you'd be doing it already. So the answer is, you're not willing to do whatever it takes. Like, that's the truth. And so that person would come to me and they'd say, hey, I want blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. A week later, they'd be like, how's it going? I'm like, oh, I haven't started yet. Okay. And you only do that about 100 or 200 times before you're like, shit, I gotta do something else because I'm not helping anyone. And I want to help. I'm literally wasting my breath, and it's getting in the way of me hitting my goals, helping all these people when I'm not even fucking helping them. So then I started to put brick walls up. And this is exactly the same thing. You put up a brick wall. 6 people will be like, hey, do you have a minute? I'm like, actually, can you email Erin? And she'll get us on the calendar to set something up. 1 out of 6 will email Erin. So it saves us both time, because they're not going to fucking do anything. If they're not willing to email Erin, they're definitely not willing to do whatever the hell advice you're giving them. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, right.
You guys tracking?
Yeah.
I hope you're taking this, by the way, and considering your own world. When you have a customer call and they're like, hey, what's my homework? And you're like, oh, look it up real quick. You're not helping them.
So what I'm hearing is you're not trying to avoid people, you're actually strategically trying to help the one that needs it.
Exactly. And guess what? You can't do the work for them. That's the other issue, right? So Kelsey's like, hey, you got a minute? And I'm like, yeah, sure, and I'm doing it. And then I can't go do the work for her. And even if I do, I can't do it forever. You guys get that? So she has to be willing to do the work. So the first thing you can teach that person is they gotta do the work. The first thing you can teach a buyer or seller is they're gonna have to do some freaking work. No, you can't answer your phone at 9:30 at night to tell them what their home's worth. That's not how business works. That's the person that I helped, and I helped hundreds of those people in business sales, and they used their friend. You guys tracking? There was no friction. It was like, oh yeah, I got all the information I need from Chase, now I can use this agent who doesn't know shit. And then once I have to call Chase for any questions I have. Has anyone ever done that?
Because this agent that doesn't know shit is half.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the agent's less cost, or they go to the same church as me, or they're a family member, or whatever. They're never available. Chase is always available, so I'm gonna get him, but I would feel bad if I didn't use my cousin, right? You guys tracking? Anyone ever done that, by the way? I've done that more than you.
So many times.
Way more than you. Whatever you think you've done, I've done it probably like 10x. I've made so many freaking mistakes. So if it feels like I'm preaching at you, I really want you to understand that you don't have to do these same mistakes, okay? All right, so back to this. Let's get to the story here. This dude's awful. This dude shows up, he calls. He's fucking horrible. Like, if you think you're bad at calling expires or calling leads, like, you're 10 times better than him. You guys tracking?
Mm-hmm.
So he calls. He's awful. He doesn't call for 4 hours though.
Like Jake awful, or?
Like really bad, yes.
Like Jake.
Yeah. I'm not gonna throw out any names, but yes, bad.
And stay from.
Bad. He kept going though. He went for 8 hours. Okay, so he called on January 1st, he called expires for 8 hours. 8 hours, that's all he did. Probably ate some lunch, maybe went to the bathroom, that was it. Terrible. Okay, so have I told you how bad this guy is? Like,
No.
he's awful.
Not really, but
Okay. Okay. Do you think you're good at expires?
no.
You're 50 times better than him. Okay. 8 hours he called. What do you think his results were?
You only got a listing.
12 appointments set. 12 appointments set. And 11 of them actually were attended. He actually met with 11 sellers, and he was stumbling, saying the wrong names. He doesn't know what they want. He doesn't even know why they're meeting. He's literally just calling. And he got 12 appointments. Okay, and if I promise you, if you just believe me for a second, that you are all better than this kid. Okay? Tracking this 19-year-old freaking snot-nosed kid doesn't know anything about real estate, nothing. If I promised you you're all better, do you guys think you could get the same results?
Yes.
No.
See, Ty answered honestly. She says no. Because that is honest to her. She honestly thinks she can. Have you ever done this, Ty? Have you ever called expires for 8 hours?
No.
Okay. So do you know if you can or can't do it?
No, I don't know.
You have no clue.
Yeah.
But you just assume you can't. And you assume you're not going to get the results. Now this is what's interesting. Guess how many people signed with them?
Oh,
What's it say?
zero.
Zero. No one signed with them. Would you ever call expires ever again in your life? I already told you this kid was freaking terrible. He was terrible. Okay, yeah, you got the appointments, but you went on all the appointments and they all told you to piss off.
But that's a learned skill. You
Well,
can
well,
learn
well,
to
hold
get
on,
it.
hold on. Michelle's already like overcoming her own objections to life. Are you calling expires 8 hours a day right now?
No.
Why not?
I need to.
Okay, there you go. She needs it. I like it. So here's the crazy thing, guys. He was too stupid to stop.
But that's okay.
He was too stupid to stop, and so that first year in real estate, he stayed with it, and he took 97 listings in his first year of real estate.
And he's a teenager.
19 years old. 97 listings. And this particular guy's not a real estate agent, so he could talk about it, talk about the commission. charge 5% to the listing office on all but 3 of them. It was a 5% list fee. So all the agents out here saying no one will pay, it's too competitive, I can't beat whatever. It's just in your head. It's in your head. And I'm sure some of you just don't believe that this kid was that bad. He got 0 of 12 listing appointments signed. He's fucking awful.
In one day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know when he went on over the course of weeks, I'm sure, but the point is very simple, guys. Like, Brent, you say this all the time. You say, you want to know how I know people are calling expireds? How do you know?
They'll sign a listing
Yeah.
from expired.
Yeah.
Because there's inevitably the person that's like, if you can be here in 30 minutes, I'll sign it right now. Like,
Yeah.
you literally don't even finish your first sentence, and they're like, yeah, if you can be here in 30 minutes.
Come out and sign it.
Yeah, come out and sign it.
It just happens. You're going to get 1 or 2 of those a month if you just consistently call expireds.
Yep.
Now, this is not a promotion to call expireds. Like, think of the channel that we were talking about. Door knocking, FISBOs, web leads, old database, your sphere, it doesn't matter. What matters is, like, he just was consistent and stayed with it. And, like, I don't know, if that's not inspiring to you, it should be super inspiring. Because go ahead, Brent.
Well, just going back to you saying he was terrible, he was obviously
First day of making
too
calls
dumb to
ever.
realize that he should have stopped after he failed really bad, right? The truth of the matter is he was too naive to have any limiting beliefs.
Yep.
He was way too naive to understand that the limiting beliefs that everybody else carries around are what hold them back. He didn't even know what that limiting belief could be. He just had someone say, "Are you willing to do whatever it takes?" Yes. Okay, all you have to do is show up and call these expireds and you're gonna make a lot of money. And he's like, "Okay, I'll do that." Banged his head against the wall a lot. And just like, I'm just gonna keep doing that.
Well,
And found success.
it reminds me of 2 things. First of all, what you're talking about is actually our ego. Right? Everyone in here has an ego. Everyone. And I'm not being you're egotistical. Your ego is there to protect you. Right? It's like, even right now when I'm like, oh, you call for 8 hours, you got 12 appointments, you're already coming up, your ego's already giving excuses to you to protect you for why you're not doing it. It's already doing it. It's already done in your head. You guys weren't even listening to me. You're like, well, I can't do that because I have kids, or I have a husband, or a wife, or I have a dog, or I have, I have a phone plan with limited minutes, or whatever fucking bullshit you're coming up with, right? That's a
They
long
don't
time
make
ago.
those anymore.
That's a long time ago. But our ego comes up with these excuses to protect us. Your ego is not protecting you. It's actually keeping you. It's preventing you from hitting your goal.
We're in our own way.
How do you leverage your ego to support you?
I think you commit right now to calling 8 hours a day.
Out loud to everybody.
How, right?
Write it down on the whiteboard. Public accountability.
Yeah.
Right? So say the thing that you're gonna do to people and say it over and over again to everybody you come in contact with. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. Then your ego is gonna get really hell-bent on making that happen because it doesn't want you to look like an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get to ahas. What's going through your head? We'll leave that alone. What's going through your heads? What did you guys hear?
I'll take it.
Go ahead.
You wanna go
And then
first?
we'll go to T.
Okay.
Who's after T? Raise your hand.
I was internalizing and listening. And the question I wrote down is, what could you apply structure to and how could it change your business? So, or my big.
Can I ask a follow-up? So what?
Sure.
So what went through your head? Give me an example.
So like, where am I, like, am I touching too many things and not doing them all well enough? Like, am I, even in Follow Boss, like, is my sphere, like, am I structured around, like, honestly, how often I talk to them and the reason why? Like, is it purposeful, which I always intend for it to be, but is it structured in, like, the leads in Follow Boss, like, or the nudges, all of those classifications? Like,
Sure.
am I going through those? Am I going through this? Am I dabbling? You're not going deep, you're just dabbling.
Well, and to Brent's point, when I was like, hey, ripping up the papers, right, and showing you guys the examples of ruling stuff out, he's like, well, hey, Chase, you might have success. And might have success in multiple one of these. And then so you're not an expired agent or a sphere agent or a new construction agent or an XYZ agent, you're all of them. Here's the problem. Are you all of them at all times? And if you're all of them at all times, then you're nothing at all times, right?
Right, it's not like I'm gonna decide, oh, Friday, I'm just gonna call 10 expireds, that should be fun. Like, structure to make it a real part of your business that you do consistently or not.
Yeah, like I do all my new construction stuff these 3 times per week. I do all my sphere stuff these 5 times per week.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, and to Rebecca's point, like, how do I systematize my calendar to make it as easy as possible to do the things I need to do? And like, my first year real estate, I had 11 buckets. So I was like, you find success everywhere, just prove that you can find success doing anything in real estate, but also I was not successful, like, I guess, successful in anything either, you know what I mean? Because it was just like so many drops in the bucket. My question for myself is like, how am I getting in my own way to push forward when it does get hard? And every single avenue that you choose, you're gonna get the door slammed in your face, you're gonna get hung up on, there's gonna be somebody that's mean, and how do I continue to use the savers to affirm to myself that I am an expired listing expert. Like I do this is who I am, and then you become that. So, because I tend to break that on myself.
So I think about right now well, it just got over with the NFL Combine. Anyone watch that at all or see any like clips in Instagram and stuff?
Watch it.
Is that like a farming event?
Yeah. They farm. So did you guys see the guy that was a quarterback and a center and a nose tackle and a safety and the head coach? Did you see that guy? No, because it doesn't fucking exist, right? If you want to be,
That's a good one.
Yeah, sorry.
I was like,
If you want to be in the pros, right? Pros are specialized, right? When you think about the top real estate agent right now, they're not 17 specialties. Would you guys agree?
yes.
They're probably one. I mean, just think of the 1 or 2 people that come to mind when I'm like, hey, the number one X. Like, they're number one at something. And they didn't get there by accident. It takes purpose to be very consistent. So, anything you want to?
I would say the only thing I would add is, for anybody listening to this being like, oh my gosh, it's too late, like I'm already set in my ways or whatever. It is a constant evolution. I literally just redid my entire calendar. I had to redefine everything. I had to redefine what I was doing when, because it just slowly grew into everything was important, so nothing was important. It just naturally does that. And you have to recalibrate the plan, not just recalibrate your calendar on a weekly basis, but sometimes you have to go back in and recalibrate the plan on where am I putting my time? Like, I need to put X percentage of time towards this, so I need to make sure there's X percentage on my calendar that represents that. So it's never too late, never too far behind, and it's a constant evolution, and you just have to commit to the discovery process of it. So
Perfect. And if it feels like I'm like confronting you, I want you to know.
he is.
Brent says I do have the or you know, for those of you that don't know me that well, I'm known as the person who's gonna hold accountable or call me out or whatever.
It's called a hammer.
A hammer,
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, I actually care. Like, and I just can't stress that enough. Like, is it easier to have an uncomfortable conversation with someone or ignore it?
Ignore it.
Ignore it, 100%. So if I'm ever having uncomfortable conversations with you, it's because I care. I care about what you actually want to do, not the how you feel. Because you came here and you have a goal and you want to get there. Like, I can't help you get there by being like, well, I hope you're doing okay. Like, I do, and I think I really want you guys to understand that you're capable of much more. Like, there's no one in here that I think is like at their potential. Maybe I don't know you well enough, but every single one of you, I see you up here. And I know we can help you get there, and I know you're capable of it. So that's my number one goal in sharing the story, because I'm just thinking like, gosh, if there's a 19-year-old kid making millions of dollars selling real estate, Like, why can't you? I mean, the answer is you can. It just goes back to what are you willing to do? And don't say whatever it takes. And if you are willing to do whatever it takes, come to my office and I'll give you, I'll prescribe you some whatever it takes. All right, let's get some gratitude. Brent, do you want to pick, or Aaron, can you pick someone on Zoom?
Becky.
Becky, why don't you start, Becky, and then I'll hand the mic to two people in here.
I'm here, I promise. Gratitude, huh? I'm thankful for, let's see. Actually, I'm really thankful that I was able to get that car for Kara. She's been just struggling getting everything together, and she's in California, and we were able to find her the perfect car, get it to her, she paid for it, it's cheap, and it's just been awesome. And she got me sick, but that's okay, because it was worth it.
Always.
There you go.
Thank you.
I just wanted to give a big thank you to everyone. I had about 5 or 6 of you show up to my CE class, and it meant so much for you to come support and just be there and learn and send some thank you.
Sweet.
Too late.
You guys got CD too, right?
I have so many thankfuls today, and I missed, or gratitudes, but I also missed last beginning where I wanted to say the shout outs. So I wanted to shout out Teresa because she went on listing with me and it was a long day and took a lot of extra time, but it was pretty awesome learning how to do a big piece of land. And Carrie, that class was great. I'm really glad I attended, so thank you for putting that on. And then Michelle, she took over my open house for me that I was supposed to do at Berkeley, and had some showings that ended up taking a lot longer than I had thought, or not, with some buyers. So that was really nice. Thank you. Appreciate it. Just thankful for the team.
Sweet. All right, guys. Have an amazing day. Thanks for hanging out.